Hi everybody, and welcome to another anticipated releases video. This month we are obviously talking about the month of August 2018. This is sort of the last month that Nick likes to call the calm before the storm, where we kind of have a delay in big games. September and October are going to have a lot of huge ones. There's still a couple in August. This is a little bit better than the last month. We all have a couple games that we're really excited for. I'm Mike, by the way.
I'm Nick.
I'm Travis.
Yeah, so let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Who wants to go first?
I'll take it. First one, as we know that this is anticipated releases, so sometimes it's not going to be games that we're overly excited about, but sometimes it's actually talking about games that we want to see how they do, and we want to kind of see the general reaction to them. So I'm going to start off this list with We Happy Few. And for those of you who don't know, there's a couple reasons I want to be mentioning this. Before, it kind of was, I would say Mike can kind of help me out on how to say this otherwise. I feel like it was more of like an indie project with kind of like a lower price tag, but it got some AAA companies interested in it and kind of evolved into more of a, it kind of became more of a bigger title, and because of that, the price tag jumped up too. And that's something that not a lot of people like basically seeing, because especially for people who wanted this game or really excited about this game, starting off with a, like, I think it was around like a $30 price tag, and then it jumps up to a $60 price tag without, I would say, not a huge difference. I know we can debate that, but it basically, the We Happy Few developments talked about how the game also changed from a survival sandbox to like an action game too, which I think is kind of interesting. So, me personally, okay, so a little bit about the game is that it's a lot about, I guess, conformity. It's I don't really know how to say it, because if you look at the trailer, it shows like a guy running away from these three policemen with like masks on, and then he gets the mask on there and he's like having to pretend to be happy, and it's a very interesting idea for a game. I think it's a good game to actually bring out nowadays, but the price tag is what a lot of people have been pretty upset about, is because of the fact that it started out as a lower price tag on the game, and then got other companies involved, and then it shot up in price. And that's kind of a philosophy where we can agree to disagree on or whatnot, but that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of interested to see if people think that it's worth the price increase, or if they think it should have stayed at that, it was a $30 game, not a $60 game, something like that.
Yeah, it's a really bizarre issue, because like, if you fully understand the story, it totally makes sense why it's a full, like, priced game now. But it is obnoxious, and it looks really bad, because like you said, when it first came out, it was a small indie game. It was supposed to be just like a sandbox survival game. There wasn't really a whole lot to it, but that changed drastically. Now they say it has like 20 plus hours of like heavy narrative to it. It's more of an action game than just a sandbox game. Yeah, so it's changed, like you said, so it's nothing like what it was originally, which would obviously tick people off. But again, in the game's defense, it was never really released, so them changing drastically, it's not like changing, a game series where like the sequel is drastically different, They sort of just modified a game that wasn't out yet. So from the company's perspective, I can see why they did it, and it makes sense. It just looks bad because with early access and the price tag that it was initially going to have, because I think it was about $30, which is still higher end for indie, but it's a lot cheaper than what it's going for now.
Which is like the $50, $60 price range.
Right. It just looks bad. So I get why they're doing it, but it's going to be tough to sell people on that just because of how weird it looks.
Especially if people think with their wallets too. It's just like, well, originally I was going to get this game for $20 cheaper, and if not, I can honestly get like a lot of DLC with $20 on a game that I'm already into. So I mean, if you want to try to get a different experience out of it, it's just like, I think that it's too much of a jump. I think if you're trying to add that maybe for like a $10 or something like that would be a little different. I don't know. I kind of like jump off, and I'm just like, what the hell, at like the $20-$30 extra than what you're initially told or initially you assume. So I think that if they thought that it was supposed to go this way, they should have started with a higher price and then tried to bring it down, because I think that would make people happier than them going into it thinking this is a $30 game. Yeah,
no, for sure. It does make
All right,
sense.
Who's next?
I'll go next, because I have sort of a small one that I want to talk about. It's called Strange Brigade. This is a game that I actually think Travis would kind of enjoy a little bit. Last month he talked about a game called Earthfall, which was sort of like an alien version of Left 4 Dead. Strange Brigade is sort of been described as like the Mummy Ancient Egypt version of Left 4 Dead. It's a 4-player co-op shooter. It's third person, so it's a little bit different. There's a lot of puzzles in it too, which is a little bit different, but it also involves like hordes of enemies coming at you trying to like escape certain areas, and it's basically, you team up with people online, your friends or whatever, and you Try to survive an apocalypse. The reason this game stood out to me more than anything is because I love the ancient Egypt setting. People that know me know that Assassin's Creed Origins is like one of my favorite games, and it's my favorite Assassin's Creed game, almost for no reason other than the fact that it's ancient Egypt. It's a setting that most games don't really explore that much, but there's so much to it, and I think the idea of like hordes of mummies chasing you and you trying to escape through a pyramid and trying to dodge traps and stuff just sounds awesome. So, I'm excited for this one. I don't have much to say about it, but, the idea of it sounds cool.
That definitely does sound intriguing to me.
Yeah, it did sound a lot like Left 4 Dead.
I was going to say, Mike, do you know if it's if they have the online multiplayer or if it's just like couch co-op?
It's online for sure.
Ooh, that's a interesting idea. What consoles is it coming out for? Or I guess what's platforms?
I know
that. PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Oh, my hero.
Dang it, no Switch. Nah,
yeah, definitely not Switch, of course.
Well, maybe when I get my PS4 for Kingdom Hearts 3, you never know.
There you go. We got to get on that one, Nick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it looks cool.
I don't think that comes out in August.
Well, I can get a PS4 early, Travis. Jeez.
No, you have to get it with a bundle.
All right,
is that all you had to say for the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty much good.
Okay. So we'll go on to my first game, being Overcooked 2. I am actually super excited for this game because it is correcting the one flaw of Overcooked in that it has online multiplayer.
Boom, baby.
So that's right. Us three will definitely be doing this shit once it comes out.
Absolutely.
I didn't sign the contract. You can't make me do anything.
You signed your soul to us. I don't.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
We own you.
Anyway, but sorry, go on, Travis.
Because I am also excited because I kind of missed out on the whole Overcooked being recorded on our channel because I was trying to save myself. Didn't end up working, so I should have just played with you guys anyway. But hey, I'm looking forward to it. The game is great. We would never troll each other, but we'll probably. Mike is probably gonna hate me for trying to carry the team.
Yeah. It'll be okay. One thing that's cool about this, about the new Overcooked thing, because they're expanding in the ways that you would definitely you would guess that they would. So you have a couple more chefs, you have a couple more recipes that you can create. Some of the landscapes for you to cook in are even crazier than before, which is awesome. Also, hidden levels are going to be there, which looks so cool, just because of the fact that yes, you could always mess around with them trying to drive the bus to whatever the next level is. But if you accidentally troll them into a hidden level, hey, that's going to be pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
So Mike, just so you know, when that is happening, I'm just trying to find all the secrets, okay?
Yeah, okay. Sure thing, Travis. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a lot of fighting when this game comes out, in case people are curious.
It's going to strain our friendship just like Mario Party.
It's going to be oh, yeah. This might be worse. I don't know.
What friendships came out of Mario Party?
Yeah, honestly, only hatred comes out of Mario Party if you really think about it.
That's very true.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We're going to be able to make sushi, so yeah. I know that's a recipe. I saw the gameplay.
Yeah.
Unless they take it out.
What if they do a feature where some of the sushi you don't have to cook and the others you do?
That'd be cool, actually. Just take the fish out and just put it on a plate and hand it to them.
Yeah.
They do have something like it when I saw in the gameplay where, like, not all of them ordered, like, fish in it or something like that. There was a little variety like that. So,
interesting.
Okay.
We thought of everything.
Oh, it's going to be
cool. Well, I can't wait to screw up sushi.
There's a lot of things you can do wrong there. Well, I guess we'll be moving on there, because obviously everybody knows how excited we are about Overcooked 2. Unless, Mike, do you have anything to say about it?
I'm excited.
All right, cool. Anyway, my other game is going to be... My next game is going to be for a platform that, obviously, if you guys don't know yet, I still love, and I love the fact that some games are coming out for it, but it's going to be WarioWare Gold. So, a little background for this game is the fact that it's basically going to be one of, like, the last... I wouldn't say big releases because I wouldn't say this is like a huge release, but one of the main releases really for the 3DS, at least that's what it's looking like right now. Because I mean, what is it? The Switch came out like a year ago in like April or something like that, and so you can
early March,
whatever, one of those times.
March 8th?
And
I think so. That sounds right.
Okay, March 8th. But basically, again, it's basically what I talked about before was the 3DS isn't really seeing the support that Nintendo is really giving it, even though they said that they'd kind of support them at the same time, which I kind of already realized was BS going into it. But at least we're still getting a couple of games because I love the 3DS as a platform. I think it's a very good platform, and honestly, I'm actually kind of happy. I mean, there's a little bit of a bright side to it because then I can finally get a 2DS for really cheap, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. But WarioWare Gold is actually looking like a really cool version for a WarioWare game. A long time ago, I talked about on a podcast about a game that I really loved called WarioWare Twisted, which actually incorporated I know everybody now, it's like a no-brainer with the actual moving on a phone for that. But I mean, that was revolutionary for like the Game Boy Advance to be able to play that way. And also in the same way, there's a game for the Nintendudez called WarioWare Touched, which was also Okay, let me take one more step back. WarioWare is actually a collection of micro games. So in Mario Party, you know about something called mini games. These are like micro games, short reactions, maybe a couple, 5 seconds, 10 seconds for sometimes even shorter for the level, trying to basically do a quick action when you see the prompt shown. It's a really cool idea. It's really fun to do. I got very into WarioWare Touched, I really liked WarioWare Twisted, and now with WarioWare Gold coming out, it's actually kind of cool, there's twist levels, there's touch levels, there's mash levels, and there's something called ultra levels, which I'm guessing is a combination of all of them. So they're kind of bringing a lot of the older influences of how you'd play a WarioWare game or the WarioWare micro games all into one, and so it kind of seems like a celebration of all the WarioWare games up to that point, and I think that's a super cool thing for them to bring to the 3DS.
Man, hopefully it's good, like you said, because the last one that came out for the Wii U was not very good. So
yeah,
it'd be nice to see the series.
No, the one on the Wii was gold though. It was great.
The Wii one
was
awesome.
great.
Yes.
WarioWare Smooth Moves was a great one. The one for the Wii U wasn't as good. But yeah, these are really fun to do. I loved it. I mean, the micro games are really fun. It basically any single time that you think like, oh man, I'm gonna mess this up, that's when you mess up too. It's like, I don't know. I love the WarioWare games. I think it's definitely a series that definitely deserves more attention than it does. But what's actually crazy about this that I didn't know until the trailer, there's voice acting in this.
Oh,
what?
That's interesting.
There's
voice acting in WarioWare? There's
full voice acting apparently, and they're like for Ashley, for Wario, for It's crazy. I'm guessing for Mona, for all the other WarioWare characters, 9-volt, 18-volt.
Ashley's the witch, right?
Ashley's the witch, yeah. But yeah, or Jimmy as well, or Jimmy T. I don't know. There's a lot of weird Jimmys. Basically, it's a different afro color. But yeah, no, it's super cool. I really want to see this. I'm probably gonna be picking up this game easily, just because of the fact that I miss WarioWare so much because I haven't played it since WarioWare Smooth Moves. So yes, I need my WarioWare fix. But yeah, voice acting in this kind of game is very interesting. What's up, Travis?
I'm just bitter that it's only on the 3DS because I don't have one and I don't deem this game good enough for me just to pick up a 3DS to play it.
Travis, you can borrow a lot of my 3DS games that I'm not playing, and yeah, also the 2DSs are now like under $100, so yeah, there's a way that you can play.
Well, you know what? With
my bank account says that I have 10 cents in it, so I'll work on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, Mike, what were you saying?
With all the Switch features, I have no doubt that there's eventually going to be a WarioWare game on it.
Yeah.
It would be crazy not to, but who knows when that'll be.
Oh, especially with the precision, precision with the Joy-Cons, too. They have to have it like that.
Well, the precision with the Joy-Cons, and then I can also see WarioWare taking advantage of the weird camera thing that literally the only thing that I've seen use that are one of the Toy-Cons. I forget which one.
Yeah.
And then the weird mini game in 1-2 Switch. It was. I
really hope they use it better than 1-2 Switch because that camera is crazy powerful and they can do a lot with it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Opening my mouth isn't quite enough to show me that feature was necessary.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's what I have to say about WarioWare Gold. I'm looking forward to it.
Sweet. Okay, I'll do mine. Let's see how this goes because I don't want to talk for too long. I'm going to try to limit myself here. And I'm going to try not to cry. I'm talking about a game called The Walking Dead Final Season. For those of you that don't know what this is, it's an episodic series. This is the fourth season of it. They had Season 1, Season 2, and then they had New Frontier, which was the third season. For those of you that have been following along, this game is going to feature Clementine again as the main character. I haven't looked into details because I really don't want to. I'm trying to keep everything a secret because this is a lot like, I mean, you know how Telltale is. They're very story driven, and so I don't want to know what the new character is going to be like, what the setting is going to be. I want to be surprised. It's a lot like a TV show, and I'm happy that they're ending it. I was kind of worried, that they would just drag on the Walking Dead series as long as they could, which they did. But I'm glad that they're giving it an ending, so I don't have to worry about how many stories are there going to go. And it also gives me satisfaction knowing that Clementine is going to be in the final season. I don't know what's going to happen to her, and I don't know how they plan on ending it. I could speculate forever, but that's not what this video is for. But it's going to be cool to see, what happens with her, because we know there was the baby there too. I think she's probably going to be about adult age, which is crazy because we basically grew up with Clementine. In the first season, she was, I would guess, like 7 or 8, and now she's probably about 18 or 19. So watching her grow through the series has been awesome. The choices that you make in these games are incredible. And there's a lot of open questions that were from the last game. You've seen Clementine move from place to place, and you sort of wonder, is she going to find a place to settle down? How is it going to work? So it's exciting, and I think it's really cool to see how this goes. Again, for those of you that haven't played a game like this, the choices in Telltale games are probably not as extreme as they are in a game like Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain, where there's like a million different endings. But this game does have a couple choices that are going to definitely leave you emotional. And, I have a couple theories, like I said, where what happened with Lee in the first game was unavoidable. So you make tough choices, but it doesn't really change the outcome. It more changes things short-term and how people look at you, but it doesn't change the overall story of the game. I have a feeling with the final season they might do something different, because if nothing's coming after, then they can sort of branch the ending, because it doesn't matter, because a branch path, you don't have to make it make sense if that's the final point, if what I'm saying makes sense. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, because you don't have to connect the dots for future games. You just have to make sure that the dots line up to a proper ending.
Right, exactly. And as long as you hit one of those 3 proper endings, they don't have to worry about like continuing the story coherently for the people that got different endings or whatever. So that's why I'm glad that they're finally ending it. It makes me happy too, because there's so many other franchises they have, like Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, that they might be able to start working on again. So,
Ooh,
but I'm super excited. Yeah, so I'm not going to ramble on for too long. Again, maybe I'll probably be making like a speculation video about what I think is going to happen in it, but that's for another day. But I'm excited.
Yeah. You see, Mike, what they're doing, though, is they give you the ending, but if the ending sells well, they bring it back.
Oh, they better not do that. I'd be
I
mad.
wish they wouldn't, but hey, it happened
if they pull
with
Halo, I will kill them.
Well, they have so many other franchises that people have been begging sequels for. So, I think they'll probably put this one to rest and focus on the others, hopefully. That's the hope.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the Batman one did pretty well for them, too.
Yeah, and I know they've been talking about season 2 for all of them. That one, Tales, Game of Thrones. People have been begging for all of them.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, Travis, what do you have for our last one?
Oh boy. So here's the fun thing is when we were trying, or like right before we started recording, they're like, okay, what's going to be your second game? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. So here I am. I'll talk about Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate coming out on the Switch August 28th. Because I have been very out of the loop with Monster Hunters. The only Monster Hunter game I played, I had on my PSP. So it wasn't the greatest Monster Hunter. So I'm kind of excited because I get to actually experience the greatness that Monster Hunter is actually capable of, because, no offense to PSP, their games just are never quite as good. And I'd like to actually play a polished version of it, because I did enjoy playing the Monster Hunter. It was just, it got stale after a while because, the PSP only had so many limitations. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know. Monster Hunter makes me happy and sad. Well, not Monster Hunter, but the Switch version of it. Only because Monster Hunter World is such a huge and immersive game, and they couldn't bring that to the Switch. And the one they're bringing to the Switch is still a good game. The 3DS version got good reviews, but it's like they're bringing the lesser version when they could have brought Monster Hunter World. It's like, I'm assuming the Switch probably just isn't powerful enough, or memory-wise it's not capable, but, I'm glad there's a Monster Hunter game. I'm just, sad it's not Monster Hunter World.
Right. It's kind of like when we were wanting the Fallout, whatever this next one is.
Yeah,
and
76.
then we got Fallout, whatever.
Shelter. Yeah.
Mike, do you think some of the Monster Hunter coming to the Switch though is maybe an outcry just because of the fact that most of it was released on like 3DS and like the handheld consoles, or at least a lot of them that I saw is that a lot of the Monster Hunter games, like Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter I think it was Monster Hunter Generations, but yeah, besides like Monster Hunter World. Or I guess there's one also, like Monster Hunter 3 was for the Wii U, I'm pretty sure. But a lot of them, I'm guessing, I think they're moving it over to the Switch basically because more of the outcry of why put it on 3DS and not the Switch now. So I think that's part of the reason, is because a lot of people who want to play they're quote-unquote on the go, even though I use the Switch mostly as like a I guess, home console, not like a portable console as much.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think part of the reason why they're doing that is because of the outcry for them to move things over to the Switch. So, I mean, I think we're going to see more and more of it coming to the Switch from 3DS and like Wii U that I guess they thought would sell better, and so it's easy to port over. But yeah, I'm guessing that's one of the reasons.
Well,
I don't think this is a difficult game for them to bring over to the Switch, but I wish that Monster Hunter World would be on the Switch.
Right. Well, because we've talked about it too, where like that question is going to keep being brought up over and over, and it's going to be like a theme for everywhere. Why put a game on the 3DS and not on the Nintendo Switch, you know? Because whatever you can do for 3DS, you can do for Switch because it's on the go. Portable-wise, it kind of runs the same, so why would you put a game on the 3DS and not the Switch? And I think, you know, that's probably the question that came up with this game too, you know?
Yeah,
so,
no, I'm with you on that.
Who knows? But yeah, so everyone pretty much done.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick shout out to World of Warcraft's expansion is coming out in August. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. I know CJ will most likely not be heard from for a little bit once that comes out. And then about a month later, he'll be like, I hate this game. Why do I play it? But then next expansion, he'll go right back. And what was the other one? Oh, Okami HD. I was also kind of interested in, but I didn't know as much about it, so I didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
It was more like, I recognize this character, and I've never played any of their games. It'll be cool, but I have no idea how Okami even plays. Is it an RPG? Is it an arcade game? Who knows?
It's, I would say, kind of an RPG action-adventure kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah,
And,
but no, Mike, really fast. Do you know if Okami has other games besides Okami for the Wii and I guess the Okami HD that keeps coming out, and Okami Din that came for the DS? Do you know if there's any other ones?
Yeah, I think that's it, because I was going to mention the DS one, but, you know, I don't think there's any others. I thought I heard talk of Okami too, but I know it doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, I think they should make it, though, because, man, if you keep remaking Okami in every different way, I mean, it doesn't have the reputation like Skyrim, but it's going to be just a joke at some point, where it's just like, when are we going to get the next game?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully they make an Okami 2 eventually. Maybe that's why they're doing all this, to get people to learn about the franchise, so then, you know.
Yeah, get a little more hyped about it a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. So,
cool.
And then I have another shout out I want to give, because it's a game Travis was talking about a lot, and it got me hyped just hearing the music, is Little Dragon's Cafe. The cooking in it sounded fun. I didn't see a single thing. I still don't know what the game looks like. I was solely going by what Travis was saying and his reactions. But he fell in love with it, and I think just watching him fall in love with it made me fall in love with it. So I'm excited for that one.
When I was trying to figure out what game I wanted to talk about, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a fun game. And it was like the most peaceful music at the menu screen of it. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. And then they like cooked up some sunny side up eggs, and you had to like swipe the egg at the right time. And then I'm like, oh, this kind of reminds me of one of the games we played together. What was it?
Cooking Mama, yeah.
Cooking Mama. And then like you went out in the like actual environment and you were fishing for a little bit. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is a bunch of different things.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it sounded fun to me. So, you know, hey, I might pick it up now too.
Yeah, so Switch and PS4.
Yeah, there we go. Switch, that's all I need.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so do you got any others, Nick, or are we pretty much good in this? All right.
I'm good.
Well, yeah, again, like we said, you know, there's a few good games coming out this month that we're excited for. Not the biggest month, but, you know, the next time we talk to you guys on these anticipated releases videos, we're going to have some pretty big blockbuster releases. I want to talk about them now, but we gotta wait till next month. So let us know in the comments what games you're going to buy this month, or if you're going to be holding your money for the upcoming releases that are coming out later. If you like the games that we talked about, if there's other stuff that we didn't talk about, as always, you can let us know down below. We're always curious to know. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.